Very good evening to all of you. Just as I mentioned earlier, before we get started, please center yourself, sit at one place calmly in a very relaxing mood, and just ensure that you are not distracted by surroundings and close your eyes and focus on at least 4 to 5 deep breaths. Okay. I'm also doing that at my end. Once we are done, we will start with the session. Please continue. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me know when my screen is visible. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Can someone unmute and answer, please?
Yes.
Thank you. If I remember correctly, in the last session, Gaurav had discussed in detail about definition of done. Am I right? Yes.
Yes.
Can you recollect? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So let us continue our journey on the same track. Along with definition of done, we will also try to understand what is product backlog management. Okay. So here on the screen, can you see this? Definition of done and product backlog management. May I request, here we have, okay, 3 people. So can all of you one by one read the text mentioned in the circle, please? Yeah. What does modern agile stand for? Go ahead one by one.
Sorry, Prerna, I'm outside. I cannot unmute and read it. Sorry.
Okay. So Kajal can't read it. What about Geeta and Shibran? Go ahead.
This is Geeta.
Okay, sorry. Geeta, you can't read it. Okay. How about Kajal and Shibran? Yeah, go ahead.
Experiment and learn rapidly.
Okay. Next point. You can read 2 points. Kajal, go ahead.
Make people awesome.
Thank you so much. Zubran, next 2 points, please. Zubran, are you on mute? Okay. Might be some constraint at his end. So next 2 points are deliver value continuously and make safety a prerequisite. Okay. So guys, before we continue, let me give you a heads up. Today and tomorrow in Mumbai, we have given yellow alert for pretty heavy rains. So in case at all, if there is any technical glitch or my Wi-Fi goes down, please try to understand. That's why I'm just giving you a heads up in the beginning. Okay. Because it's raining cats and dogs as of now. It's completely dark and it's very heavily pouring. Okay. So let us understand what we mean by modern agile. Now, this is one of my favorite topics wherein we get to understand why agile and how it is actually helpful in day-to-day life and how it supports your I would say activities and how it helps to achieve your goals. Okay. So first and foremost, deliver value continuously. Okay. So when I say this, deliver value continuously, that simply means now there are 3 things. Okay. Deliver. First of all, deliver, it simply means you have to deliver, you have to complete, you have to finish, you have to be done with what work you have in hand. So that is the delivery, that is, delivery part. Second, and most important component of this statement is value. Okay. So we are not saying deliver product, deliver work, deliver requirements, deliver your deliverables. No, we are saying deliver value. That means it's not only what the customer has asked for, but also more than that, what you can add to the delivery, how the customer will feel valuable, how they will feel heard, how they will be satisfied and happy with our delivery. Okay. So that is value. Value means value is to an extent is more of a feeling than an actual price, right? Okay. So when we say something or when we want to express our feelings and when we are very sensitive and very, I would say, we want to ensure that the other person or even at times things are important to us, what do we say? That this is of value to me, that you are valuable to me. Yes or no? Do we say this? Or this watch is very valuable for me because it has been passed down from my grandparents and great grandparents and then my father and then to me, right? So when there is something that is priceless, yes, yes, that is priceless, that is exquisite, that you value a lot, that time you use the term value. So deliver value, and the last word is continuously. Continuously means it should not be a one time affair. It has to be a continuous activity. So you have to keep giving the customer every day what is asked, what they are asking for. Every day means whenever there is delivery. Okay, so that is deliver value continuously. Second point is make safety a prerequisite, right? So now, as I've mentioned, agile is being used in all the industry: textile, manufacturing, IT, medical, you name it, and every industry is following agile in today's era. So now, in this aspect, safety is different in different industry. But as we are discussing more in detail about IT, let me focus on the IT part of it. So when I talk about safety, that means definitely data security. Your I would say application should be a hacker proof. I know there is no term as hacker proof, but we will try and ensure that our application is safe from hacking. It is the data, the customer details are safe. There is no malpractices happening. There are no known bugs in the system. So all these things, as are we are taking care of, they should be kept in mind. They should be always followed and ensured that the application, the website, the any software, any project that you're working on, it should be a safe project. It should be a safe delivery, and also safe in the term of, I would say, finances, in the financial aspect, that no, it should be a profitable project. There should not be any losses incurred, and you should be safe in terms of time. I mean, everything that is important to you, that is time, money, deliverables, everything should be in a safer space. You get my point? Everybody with me on this?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now, the next point is
Experiment and learn rapidly.
yes, yes. So, I don't think so. I have to explain this further. We all are aware that in today's, super high tech world, we have to focus on we have to focus on how things can be done brilliantly, intelligently. Like in today's era, everything is on AI, right? Everybody's aware of that. So AI is now helping us in every aspect. So how does AI was introduced? It was introduced with the help of experimenting, research, right? So in our field also, even though you are not a technical person, you are not actually programming or testing or doing any such activity, but even at whatever position that you're working on, you have to keep experimenting in your work. How I can introduce new methods, how I can introduce new features, how it will help me to deliver well. I remember in my earlier organization, when one of the leading Indian banks, I was appointed to ensure that all the processes which were supposed to be followed, but which were not, instilled, or which were not followed by the department. And I ensured and I made sure that we have those processes. As being a bank, there are multiple processes, multiple, I would say, checks and audits keeps happening, and that's why we need to follow the a specific set of rules, a specific set of processes which I had introduced and implemented. It was a very, I would say, positive implementation in that department. It really helped everyone, though I was representing IT, but it helped everyone who were working with us. So that is what, when we say experiment and learn rapidly, that is not only for learning, it's also for the implementation of that learning. Okay. Next point, and my favorite, and I think everybody's favorite, would be make people awesome. When I say make people awesome, it simply means that when you are following all these important aspects, like delivering value to the customer, ensuring that safety is practiced, and experimenting with your work, and trying to implement newer technologies, newer methodologies, newer processes, and that this all ultimately will boil down to, or will result into, making people awesome. Making people awesome means development team is happy that they're developing the latest functionality, latest technology. Customer is happy that they are getting the best of delivery. Your management and your team is happy that you are able to deliver properly and on time, resulting into greater profits. So, though this may look very simple and theoretical, in actual world, the implementation of all these is very, very important, and it's very, very practical, and it helps, right? So, any doubts in these 4 points representing modern agile? Yes. Kajal, Geeta, Zubran, all okay? Everyone comfortable?
Yes. Yes.
So super. Yeah, let us go to the next slide. Okay. So what does DoD gives an understanding of is, DoD is a shared understanding within the Scrum team on what it takes to make your product increment releasable. So in short, a definition of done gives everyone an understanding, a clarity, that when the Scrum team, that is our development team, can say that our product increment, that is our delivery for this sprint, is releasable. In short, that means coming to a point wherein we can say that yes, our deliverables are ready to be shipped or to be released to the customer. Yeah, that is your definition of done. Done is equal to releasable. Releasable means, do you guys remember, do you guys know this term, when the movies are released on every Friday, especially in India? Yes. So the term release is generally used with movies. Yes or no? When the new movie is releasing, or the release is on this Friday. Have you heard this term with respect to movies, guys? No, I'm surprised. Yes, no,
Yes.
yes, yes. So basically, what happens on that day when we say that movie is released?
Cool.
Sorry. So basically, that movie comes into theater, and it is open for everyone to watch, right?
Right.
Yes. So in short, when we say done equal to releasable, that means we can deliver that product, we can deliver that work, we can deliver the, I would say, functionality, the requirement to the customer. Yes or no, right? So we are, we are in a position to uh, complete our work, or we have already completed our work and we are delivering it to the customer. Okay. So there are some couple of questions that we need to ask ourselves, or those are being asked, in a particular industry when we say that something is done. Okay. So can I request Kajal and Zubran to go ahead with the question? Yeah. There are four, so two each.
Okay.
What can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
What does it take for the rocket to launch? What does it take for the service engineer to call the customer for the delivery of his her vehicle?
What does it take for a doctor to say the surgery is a success? What does it take for the development team to put the product into production?
Okay, so now if you have noticed, we have all these four questions for different industry, right? The first is from rocket, as in from the maybe aeronautics and space industry, right? When we are talking about launching a record. Second is from plane, maintenance of your car and service delivery industry. uh, I mean, service industry wherein you go and get your, vehicles fixed or vehicles repaired. Third is from medical industry wherein the doctor is trying to explicitly mention that, okay, our surgery is success. And the question is when he does that. And the last but not the least, that is related to our industry, when does the development team will say that the product can go into production? In short, that means when our developmental work, when our, I would say, website, web application, whichever application, mobile application that you're working on will get into production, will be completed. So that is the question. Okay. So in short, all these questions are asked by the team or by the members of the team to themselves to ensure that, are we done with our work? Have we completed our work? Have we finished the delivery? So that is why when the definition was done, was explained in detail, or even the earlier phase when we discussed how agile makes us awesome, or how it helps us to delivery, we have to answer these questions to ourselves. So tomorrow when you're working as a business analyst or even as a product owner, you have to ask yourself that, are we done with all the requirements? Have we done all the safety checks? Are we done with the testing in detail? Have we completed our have we achieved our sprint goal? So all these questions are asked to ensure the answer that we get is a yes. When a doctor will say that a surgery is a success, when the patient is feeling better, he or she is recovered and they are out of danger, right? So these are some of the, I would say, checkpoints we have to ensure, we have to know, we have to understand in order to say that a surgery is success, or in short, when we say that a work is complete. Everyone with me on this? Yes. Are you able to understand where are we coming from? Yes.
Yes.
Super. Yeah. Let's go to the next point. So what exactly it means? Can I request one person to read out? It is on the same lines. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, you can read what is mentioned on the screen, please.
Anything which is to be marked as done before delivering has to be agreed amongst engineering team, Scrum Master, product owner.
Perfect. Thank you so much for reading it out. So what are we saying? That before marking anything as done, okay? So before marking anything as completed or as ready to be delivered to the customer, yes, we have to ensure, give me a second. Yes. So when we are saying that something is completed, something is done, it is aptly mentioned that it has to be agreed by these three parties. Now, which are these three parties? First is engineering team. Now, engineering team in our sense is as good as the development team. Okay. So in development team also there are multiple parties involved, right? As you all know, there is developer, then there are programmers, there are testers, there are business analysts, there are architects, there are database administration, database operators, there are security personnel who ensure that network security, data security, all the aspects are taken care of. So all of them should agree that their work is done properly, completely with 100% checks, ensuring that there are no known bugs, they're ensuring that there is nothing pending from implementation point of view, that everything is taken care of. Yes. So that is an engineering team. That means the development team ensures and development team agrees that everything is completed and they are good, and they would like they are comfortable to ensure that the work is done and it can be delivered to the customer. So that is your engineering team. Now, Scrum Master and Product Owner, as we all know, they are the people who represent the team. Scrum Master is generally the middle person who connects the development team and the product owner. And product owner is a person who has a 360-degree view to the entire project, to the entire implementation. Okay. He or she is connected to the customers, to the stakeholders, to the senior management, to the development team, to everyone. So, and by the way, when I am discussing about these roles, all of them have different set of priorities. Okay. When we speak about development team, their priority is to ensure that all the developmental work, all the requirements gathering, all the understanding of the requirement is done properly, is completed. Scrum Master, when when I talk about his responsibilities, so his goal would be, is the sprint goal achieved? Okay, the sprint goal is something that we decide at the sprint planning phase, that okay, this much functionality, this much work will be completed, will be delivered. So his foremost role is to ensure that that is completed or not. So that needs to be checked. And then as a product owner, as he is the main person in authority wise, he should know that okay, the deliverables that we had planned for, that we had discussed in the planning, that the customer is asking for, that the customer requirements we have completed, are they ready? So though everybody's responsibility and take is different, the ultimate goal is same, that is our work finished, is our work completed? Okay. So this is so why this slide is important. So tomorrow in future, whenever you join an organization, a team in any capacity, in any role, you can be a Scrum Master, you can be an analyst, you can be a product owner. In every role, you have to ask this question when it comes to delivery. And guys, we are focusing so much on release and delivery because it is the ultimate crux of the entire process. Unless and until we are able to finish properly, we are finished. We are, instead of saying finish, we have completed our work, we are done with our work. the release is not ready. Okay, so always remember this. Let us, if there is no doubt, I know that the explanation is a lot bigger than the text mentioned here, but always try to understand what we are from which angle we are trying to think. Okay, so the next point is, or next pointers to remember from delivery point of view are, can I request someone to read the text? Yeah, maybe Zubran, as Kajal had read the earlier one. Go ahead.
Okay, what is that? Anything could be user story, code deployment, release, sprint.
Thank you so much, Zubran. So when are we saying that something is done, something is completed, something is ready to be delivered, and we learn from the rules point of view, from the aspect of everybody's role, that okay, what does the Scrum Master want? What is the priority for a product owner, and what is the I would say development team looking at? So in short, this means all the user stories, which are actually the requirements given by the customer, all the user stories, are they completed? Are they, have they been implemented in the proper way? Have we covered everything that the customer had asked for? Okay, that can be from the functionality point of view, and from the technicality point of view. When I say functionality and technicality means, a customer might want, you know, a website for an imagine our customer is from a medical department, medical industry, and they want our website to be accessed by the customers, and it should be able to take the load of multiple users at one time. So is our application or is our website capable enough to take load of say 1,000 users at once, or maybe 10,000 users at one, assuming it's a very big hospital and it has a lot of patients and it has a lot of services to offer. So that is one of the from the functionality point of view, we are saying that the customer wants multiple users to be logged in at the same time without system going down. And from the technical point of view, we have to ensure that there is enough network bandwidth, there is enough database support, there is enough speed associated, that when 1,000 customers log in at the same time to check their reports, to book their appointments, to see when are there maybe the surgeries are planned, or are there I would say medical records being stored properly and they can access them. So all these things can happen at the same time with the help of technical excellence that we have used. Okay, that is the user story point of view. Code deployment means once your code is completed, once your development is ready, that development can be released to the customer. In short, that means, for example, the application or the website that we just discussed, hospital website, maybe that is completed, that is done, and that is being handed over. So in IT, it is not something that we hand it over in physical form. It simply means we change the port, we change the server, we change the internal pointing, and now that website is available for users, available for the customer to access, and they can actually use it. They can put www dot and whatever myhospital.com, and they can check that okay, all the functionality is present. I can see patient record, I can see doctor's availability, I can see the services or the surgeries offered, and I can see whatever the feedback of earlier patients or whatever the details that were asked for. So code deployment means completed application, completed work has been handed over to the customer, and they are now in charge of that. They can use it, they can test it, they can check that the requirements are done properly or not. So along with the code deployment, this is release. So code deployment is a phase wherein the development is goes into release. Okay, so that there are two steps to what I just discussed. So once code deployment means all the completed technical work is being pushed to production. So, in short, that simply means as you have mock test and final exam. So earlier, when we are working on our code, those are actually the mock tests that we are doing for the final preparation. That's the final exam. So that is the code deployment. And when on a particular day, the code deployment is done to the customer, that is called as a release. So when the release is completed, that the customer is able to check everything and and they have the control over that application since then. And last but not the least, the sprint. So the entire sprint that we have completed, that we have delivered, that we have achieved the sprint goal of, is completed properly or not. Does the definition of done is applicable for that or not? That is the question. Okay. So when we think about definition of done, please think from the different angles. That is that what each role is asking for, what each role that what is the expectation of product owner, what is the expectation of Scrum Master, and also what are all the things that should be taken care of. Okay, so those are your development, your user stories, your release, your sprint, and your code development all in one. Okay, any doubts in this question? Sorry, any doubts in this explanation? Anyone? Geeta, Kajal, Dev, Subran?
No.
No.
Oh,
Okay, super, super. So I let me check with this. Let me check this with Gaurav. So Gaurav, did you cover this in last session? Main components of the BOD, business quality non-functional.
Yes, yes, Prerna, I had covered up to this slide already. All these three slides, previous five slides, I had covered already in the past. I think someone would have said already, but yeah, okay.
No, I asked about the definition of done, and when what I could see from your record, it was the earlier PPT
Yeah,
that I
this
had.
was
So
covered. Yeah, this was covered already.
okay, okay. So because we were teaching on AI, I thought this was pending and that earlier slide was finished. So I took it.
Not a problem.
Uh, yeah, just a revision. So yeah, can you take it from here?
Okay, all
Okay.
right, fine. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you. I'll just stop
yeah.
share. Okay.
Yeah, guys. So do you all remember last time we had definition of ready and definition of done? Do you all remember we had one example as well? Example from which domain? What sort of example? Anyone remember that? Come on. You can say yes or no, whatever is all up to you. Do you remember that? You can say no if you don't remember. Say yes if you remember. And the question is to all of you. Kajal, Jibran, Geeta, and Dev was also present.
Yes.
Yeah. And what was the example? Who can share? It was very close to your heart, I believe. Yes or no?
it,
Yeah. Jibran, what was the example?
I think about surgery and
Uh-huh. Come again.
about surgery.
Okay, so example was given and using AI, using ChatGPT, we have gotten certain list, and those list was of what?
Birthday party.
Exactly, Geeta, you're right. So see, this two element is really, 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 and really important, to which we are calling it as a definition of ready and definition of done. Okay, before I get into that, let me quickly share my notepad so that I can share with you all that what exactly when it comes to software delivery, what will be the definition of ready and what will be definition of done. So let me share my notepad. I hope you all can see my notepad. Can you all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you understand what is definition of done and what is definition of ready? So I asked you a question last time as well. What does it take for um, a rocket to launch? What does it take for a doctor to say the surgery is success? Or what does it take for a service engineer to deliver the vehicle? What does it take for, a lot many questions were there, and I drilled down further, and I asked you that what you need to do before you say that this thing is over, this thing is ready to be delivered. What would you do before that? What you will refer to? And you came up with one word.
Checklist.
Checklist. Absolutely right. Thank you so much. So always remember DOR, definition of ready, and definition of done is checklist. I hope you all can see my screen, right? So before you see what happens, before you do the sprint planning work, okay, you need to pick what? Product backlog items. Yeah? Yes or no? You have gone through this sprint planning, right? Say yes, guys, if
Yes.
you remember, able to recall, or something like that. Okay. I need to continue to hear you so that I can continue to pump up my energy as well to deliver you. Okay. So the very first thing you need to see is that in the DOR checklist, whether user story or product backlog item has the business value or not. Who will decide that? Who owns the product backlog? Who owns the product backlog?
Product owner.
Product owner. So this thing product owner will check. Then user story should be written. Okay. Should be written clearly in detailed manner. Okay. Detailed manner. And what criteria does it take? Last time I told you. What criteria you should follow? I shared one acronym with you and said that, okay, your user story should follow this. Anyone remember? Come on, guys, you keep on saying yes or no, and then I'll keep on moving faster. Otherwise, we will be discussing only one thing for 3 days. Do you remember that? Okay, this was, yeah, there was one acronym, and acronym was INVEST. Do you remember that? The full form
Yes.
of INVEST? Cool. Thank you. And who will write this? So who will ensure that it follows in INVEST criteria or not? Of course, PO and BA. Okay, against this acceptance criteria is written. Okay, against this acceptance criteria is written using given, when, then condition, or even in normal form. Okay, how to write it I'll tell you. Okay, so that there will be no ambiguity. Okay, there will be no ambiguity. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. Then user story has to be groomed. And where user story has to be groomed? In which meeting? Which meeting, guys? Do we have any call related to this grooming?
No.
It happens in backlog refinement call or backlog grooming call. Okay? Guys, I have taught you all this thing and still you are not able to answer. You have to make sure that you are able to crack the interviews as well as a Scrum Master or Business Analyst. Okay? So you can check yourself that how you are progressing. Okay? You are not doing the assignments. So this is another reminder that you need to submit the assignments as well. Is it making sense to you all? Yes or no? I'm talking to everyone.
Yes.
Jubran, Kajal, Geeta.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So your user story has to be groomed. Then who will be there? Entire team will be there in this user story grooming call, but it will be, of course, all the meetings will be chaired and facilitated by Scrum Master. But who owns it? Business analyst and product owner together can take the responsibility of this. Then user story estimation has to be done. Okay, who will take the responsibility of that? Of course, the entire Scrum team. Okay, so it has been done. So before definition of ready, you are checking this checklist. You and again, this will come under this user story follows invest. Okay, follows invest criteria, right? Entire team will make sure that follows invest. Then user story is prioritized. Okay, priority will be done by whom? Who does user story prioritization? Of
P.
course, PO. Yeah, you are right. Okay. Then also identify if any dependency. Okay. Dependencies are identified. Okay. Identified. And you prepare for your team. Sometime what happen on application level, they will have common definition of ready, which everyone team has to follow. Everyone in the team has to follow. So this can be the common and it can be maintained at one place. But DOR checklist will not be the same. It will not be the same for every team. Okay. See, definition of done can be the common for one team, but not necessary. It has to be common. DAR definition of ready checklist will not be same for every team. Okay, got it, everyone? With me so far?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this, when you see this checklist, this defines the entry criteria. Which criteria, everyone?
Empty.
Entry criteria for software development. Okay, I'm getting some okay, backlog grooming meeting. Yes. Okay, Geeta, you are responding in chat. You can feel free to unmute yourself and respond to me in over the speaker as well. I mean, you can speak through mic too, so that will be good. Okay, so good. So now let's go ahead towards the definition of done. Okay, so in definition of done, what happens? Your product backlog will be there, then sprint planning will happen, and then sprint backlog become your sprint goal, and by the end DOD will become reference point for increment. DOD by end of sprint, I will write it end of sprint or say increment. Okay, this will become the reference point. And your definition of ready is for 10 days, say for example, and before that you are creating the definition of readiness. So how can you say that this time done and product done is done and there is no issue? Okay, so you will have the checklist for this as well. Yes or no? Definition of done will have the checklist, because definition of done itself is a checklist. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait a second. Let me. Oh, what happens? I'm not able to write. Yeah. Definition of done is checklist. DOD checklist. So before you do that, what you need to see? You need to see is that coding is done. Okay, properly. Coding is done. Then unit testing is done. Last time I told you about it. Unit testing is done by developers. Who does unit testing? Everyone. Who does unit testing?
Developer.
Developers. When we say developers, mean who exactly is this? Coder. Yeah. So unit testing is done. Then what else? If unit testing is done, then code review or peer review has to be done, right? Peer review is also done. Then what else? Then code should be deployed in the right testing branch. Yes or no? Because it has to be tested by the tester. Yes or no? Say yes if you understand what I'm saying. Code is deployed in the testing branch for the tester. Yes or no, guys? Okay.
Yes.
Any question, feel free to ask. If you are not asking, I will understand that you know everything. More question, more clarity, you will only take. Okay. Do you have idea that once code is tested by developers at their machine, it has to be tested by the testing team as well? Do you have idea about it? Do you know about it? I'm asking to all of you, Geeta, Kajal,
No.
Jubran. No? Okay. Thank you so much for telling me that. So let me quickly tell you. So what exactly happened? First, you need to understand SDLC. What is SDLC? SDLC is a process. Is a process of what? Process of software delivery, right?
Testing life cycle.
Yes, this is a software delivery life cycle. Software development life cycle is a process of software development to is a process of software development to produce a software with high quality, high quality in you high quality with low cost and in less time maximum possible. Okay, less time maximum if possible. Now it will have what? It has multiple framework. Okay, multiple ways or approach. Okay, so one is waterfall model. Yes, you know that. Yes, no, guys, tell me. Yes, no, waterfall model. This
Yes.
all has happened on day 1, day 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So waterfall model, and model follows what? Your requirement gathering, your documentation, your coding, your design, then your testing. Do you remember that? It comes with testing as well. Yeah. So
Mhm.
testing is the one important step that every software has to undergo. But at every step, like whether it is requirement gathering, documentation, or coding, or design, or testing, at every phase, testing is involved. So testing will be involved at every phase, but individually and independently testing has to be done as well. And for that, there will be a separate branch where the entire developed software will be deployed, where tester will hijack that, tester will attack on that, and they will make sure that they are able to break the software successfully. Are you able to understand, Geeta, Jubran, Kajal, Dev? Yep, everyone. Geeta, Kajal. I need
Yes.
responses from you too. Kajal, are you getting it? What I'm speaking?
Yes.
Slightly yes or firm
So,
yes?
so Gaurav, I just want to add something.
Yeah.
So that's why in waterfall, testing is done at the end
Yeah.
of the project, whereas in agile, we
Hmm.
continuously keep doing the testing, and
Wonderful.
that is one of the major differences.
That's
Actually,
true.
this
Absolutely.
question has been asked
Yes.
in a during
Wonderful.
BA interview. This question has been asked.
Yes, super, super. So what Dave has made a point is absolutely right. So see, if you are following waterfall model, what happens exactly is that it flows through requirement, and then it goes to documentation, okay, and then it goes to design, and then it goes to coding, and then it goes to testing. So what happens is that testing has, okay, testing comes later. Okay, testing comes later. And what if the software breaks? So it goes the entire flow one more time with the verification. Okay, testing, and then deployment comes if it passes everywhere. Deployment, and then support and maintenance. Okay, but what happens is that agile is little different. What we are learning, agile make sure that at every stages testing is available, and testers are able to do the testing. Okay, but this phase we are never going to miss. Are you understanding, everyone? Yes,
Mhm.
no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, now imagine is this very, very important. Okay, now what happens, I'm going more deeper over here. So there are two types of cake. Okay, this is a cake. Okay, okay, I don't know how to design a cake as well. Okay, forget it. So this is a cake, say for example. Now two types of cake. One cake can be cut vertically. Yes, where at every layer you are able to test it. At every layer you can enjoy the flavor. Okay, whether it is cream, whether it is tutti frutti, whether it is some extra layer of some another flavor, and then here bread is there, then again another flavor is there, as base is there. So when you are cutting vertically, you are able to enjoy every layer of it. But when you are cutting horizontally, what is going to happen is that someone may have the cream, someone may have the flavor, someone may have the bread, and someone may have something else. Right? Do you understand? Okay, yes or no?
Yes.
So this kind of approach is called as this horizontal slicing. What it is called as?
Horizontal.
Horizontal sliding.
horizontal slicing indicates to waterfall model. Okay? Yes, no? And here, this indicates as a
Vertical slice.
vertical slicing, and this indicates to agile. With me so far? So even you may get such question, do you know what is vertical slicing and what is horizontal slicing? Tell me, agile is vertical or horizontal? So agile is what kind of slicing?
Vertical.
Vertical slicing, right? So that you need to remember. Now coming back over here in the deployment and support and maintenance, what exactly happens further? Just give me a second. Yeah. So here it goes, support and maintenance. Okay. Support and maintenance. Okay. So here, this, just give me a second. Let me close it. Mhm. Yeah. So support and maintenance is done, and so at every layer testing has to be there. Now, is it clear that testing has to happen at the software development lifecycle? Yeah? Yes, no?
Yes.
And there are multiple types of testing. One testing what software developers does on their local machine is called as unit testing. But when it comes to component wise, to the tester to be tested, every single component, because software is say for example, if you are updating developing a software of banking, so banking is coming with the multiple modules like add customer, then login, then balance inquiry, then cash deposit, then cash withdrawal. Individually everything can be tested, yes or no?
Mhm. Yes.
If you're naming them as a module or a component, it will be called as component testing. What it will be called as?
Components.
Component testing. What you will do is that when you will merge all these component together, it will be called as integration testing. What it will be called as?
Integration.
So in both the cases, whether the moment first it comes from the developers, okay, and deployed into testing branch, okay, deployed into testing branch, tester does not jump into the end-to-end testing. Okay, what do they check it on the surface level, and this kind of check is called as surface level checks are called as smoke testing. What it is called as?
Smoke testing.
Smoke testing. It means software is given and you say, okay, I'm able to log in. Fine. If I can navigate to all the menus or not, can I navigate that? I can check the balance inquiry. Can I navigate that? I can check that new account can be added. I can open the new account. You're not going and detailing in detail. You are not doing the testing. Okay, so you are just, say for example, you open the Microsoft Word, so you just check whether Microsoft Word is opening or not. Then you are going to click on the file menu and checking whether all the sub menus are available or not. Then you are going to view menu, you are checking all the sub menus are there or not. You are going to exit, you are seeing that it is working or not. You are going to on help menu and you are saying that this is available or not. So on the smoke testing, you check the availability. Okay, so you check availability and access, right? Then what happens after when you have checked everything on the surface level? Then comes sanity testing. What comes? What comes, everyone? Come on, sanity
Sanity.
testing. And sanity testing, you have just checked, just before that, you have checked availability and access. And here you will also check the integration, where the transition is smooth or not. Okay. Again, you are not going more in detail of it. Okay. Whatever the critical path or happy path is there, critical and happy path, you will check. Okay. Whether those are working or not. Happy path if you are checking for fund transfer, a fund can be transferred from one node to another node or not. Okay, just a quick check. Whether it has been successfully transferred or not, that you are not going to check in the application where this movement is visible or not. That's it. With me so far? Yes, no? Yeah.
Yes.
Now, when you are going, I'm talking about even at component level, you have to do some smoke testing and sanity testing. Even at integration, integration level, you are going to do smoke testing and sanity testing. Now, when every component has integrated, now it's rear and front, even those and UI and UX, everything has to be contributed together. Then what you need to do is that it is called as system integration testing. What it is called as?
System integration and
Yeah,
testing.
it means that as a whole system, it has been integrated together. And then if that gets passed, then beta testers are invited along with the business users, and they test the software. And this phase is called as unit testing. And it is also, sorry, not unit testing, user acceptance testing. What it is called as? What it
User
is called as?
User
Yeah.
acceptance testing.
Yeah, and here beta testers are involved. Okay. And once it gets passed, then it's roll out to the production. Means you see the .com. Okay, production. You got it? How testing works over here? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
believe that you are crystal clear, or you will go through the recording. I had shared the recording as well, the Zoom, yeah, directly from the Zoom. You can check with that even in the past. I'm talking about the past recording. So even this will be done immediately, and you can check as a recording directly from the Zoom. But I'm not sure how long it is going to be. You be prepared. The more you will summarize it, the more confident you will become that you are understanding. Even that will give us some confidence that you are understanding it. So here, coming back to DoD checklist, coding is done, unit testing is done, code review is done, code is deployed in the production. Sorry, code is deployed in the testing branch. Which branch, everyone?
Testing.
Testing branch. And what will happen? All the test scenario, okay, by the tester, all the test scenario, test cases are prepared, okay, are prepared and tested, okay, tested properly, okay, tested properly. And in case any bug is found, bugs are fixed or defects are fixed. With me? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Again, here all type of testing will be done. So smoke testing is passed. Okay. Then SIT testing is done. Okay. SIT testing is done. Then there is one more testing whenever you are fixing the bug and bug comes back to you to test. So every single time that happens, it is called as regression testing. What it is called as? Regression means you are looking at the past, you are regressing it. Okay, so past fixes you are doing. With me so far? Yes, no? And to any repetitive testing is there that gets covered into automation testing. Okay, so even automation testing is done. Okay, and then with this testing you also check that acceptance criteria is met. Okay, and then demo is given to client, demo done to business. In sprint review meeting, we do that? Yes, no? Yes, no?
Yes.
Kajal,
Yes.
Yes.
Geeta,
Yes.
Jabran, yeah.
Yes.
And test results, if at all any, test results are attached to project management system like Jira or Azure DevOps. Okay? With me so far, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
At- Attached to Jira or Azure DevOps. Okay? So this has to happen. Right. So, and these checklist will be maintained in one document where people will be referring to that. Okay. DoD checklist and a definition of ready checklist. Any questions so far, guys? Yes, no?
No.
Okay, cool. Now what is going to happen is that uh, I'm going back and sharing with you the screen again. Okay. To the slide. Okay. Now you need to understand how these definition of done or definition of ready you are doing using invest criteria. You will write a user story. So it is quite important for you as a business analyst to know that how business test user stories are written. So following definition of ready or definition of done. So one thing you have to note that in any user story, okay, what all it takes. So what all it takes is that you need to remember 3C. What do you need to remember?
3C.
3C. First C is for the card. First C is for what?
Card.
Card. C-A-R-D. Do you see this looks like a card or sticky notes? Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is referred to as a first C as a card. Second C, you need to remember that's a conversation. Can you see that? This looks like a conversation or conversion. Conversation. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes.
As this, I want to. So you are talking. So this is conversation. Okay. And then comes with this, you also need to make sure it has gotten the comments. What it has gotten?
Comments.
Comments. So card, conversation, and comment. So whenever you are referring to comment, in comment, you are making sure that every user story has clear acceptance criteria. Business rule. The business rule says that every 4th July, banks will be closed. There will be no bank transaction. Okay. So nothing can be done on business on this day. Okay. No functional transaction will happen in the system. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it has to be made sure. You have to make sure that any transaction or yeah, when you are saying that balance maintenance, checking the minimum balance maintenance, that even in leap years, it has been taken care. And business rule says that every leap year will be calculated with 366 days or 1 day February extra. Okay, these will become business rule. Okay, so these are just example. There could be multiple business rule. Like in pharmacy domain, it can be said that any if any okay, wait a second. If any drug, if any buying or sell of the drugs does not attach any prescription, so any drug without prescription cannot be sold out, and pharmacy has to attach the prescription. Okay, with me so far? So that's how the software is maintaining it. So you can create multiple business rule, and those business rule has to be written in the comment. Where it has to be written?
Comment.
In the comment. Workflow. I told you last time about, I don't know whether, did I speak to you about UI wireframe? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, not a problem. So I'll be talking about it. So any workflow or any mockup or design or algorithm or data point, you are going to maintain in the comment. Where you are going to maintain? In the comment. But when you are writing user story, you have to follow this as a template. How you are going to follow this as?
Templates.
Template. This template says that you have to have 6 words mandatorily written. Those 6 words will be 222 as the prefix of every single line. So there will be 3 statements. How many statements?
3 statements.
3 statement. The first statement will have 2 words as a prefix, and that starts with as a. How it will start? The first statement?
As a.
As a. Second statement has to start with I want to. How second statement will start?
I want to.
Okay, and third statement will start with so that. How third statement will start?
So that.
So that. Okay, so when you say as a, so it has to say who are you. Okay, so as a user or as a tailor or as a branch manager or a pharmacy pharmacist or as a doctor or as an employee, as a means whoever you are. So you understand, as an actor. Okay, as an actor, as an action taker, you have to mention that. So even if your purpose, okay, or say even if your action differs, okay, action differs, say for example, as a branch manager, I want to open the bank so that daily routine can be started. Okay, and as a branch manager, I want to host a meeting. Okay, so that it will trigger the daily routine. Okay, so you can't do like that. As a branch manager, I want to open the branch and hold the meeting so that daily routine can be kicked off. No, you cannot club two action together. Okay, so for one action, one user story will be there. Even the user is same. Does it make sense to you all?
Yes.
Yeah. So for every action, there will be separate user story. For every actor, there will be separate user story. And for every purpose, there will be separate user story. With me so far? So
Yes.
now here you see that as a branch manager, I want to open the branch so that I can host a meeting. Number one, here purpose change. As a branch manager, I want to open the branch so that I can I can let the daily routine kicked off. Purpose has changed. Okay. And that's the reason there will be two different user stories. So when I gave you example, I gave you example with I want to, the action differs in two, it's split it into two. That's the reason two different user story will be there. So that again the impact differs, the purpose differed. So there will be again two different purpose. So that's the reason two different user story will be created by this. Now, if you say that as a user or as a branch manager, I want to these all activity, and someone says that as an assistant branch manager, I want to open the tailor or open the vault so that all the cash transaction can be triggered. Okay, so that I can take a daily count of the existing money. Are you with me so far? And in the absence of branch manager, assistant manager can also open the branch. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So you see, if the user is changing, then also you will have the separate user story. Are you getting me?
Mm.
Yeah. So I'll go further in detail and give you one more example. See, this is a two examples over here. Okay. User story example one says that as a flyer, I want to view my past trips. What sort of trip?
Past trips.
Past trips, and why? So that I can find out how much LTA I can claim. So here the flyer is the same and the action is the same, but the purpose is differing from the second user story. In the second user story, it says that as a frequent flyer, I want to also view my past trips so that I can find out how many miles I have earned. Did you see that? The purpose change and the user stories have gotten split and it has become two different user story. With me so far, Kajal, are you understanding?
Yes.
Jubran,
Yeah, sure.
Geeta, yeah, everyone. Superb. Now, so you see that here it has added. Now, every user story I said that will have the acceptance criteria. So this is again added in the comment. Okay. Should be able to find out rupees spent per trip, should be able to find out rupees spent per financial year. Okay, so see, this can get covered into first user story, and that's the reason. Say for example, if now I'll go more deeper here also, it may happen that when you are checking the past trip, it means you are going passing through the login screen. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So say for example, you have to book a hotel, okay, in Toronto. Okay. So what you do is that you went to Airbnb site, and if in case you are registered user, and you have to check that in the past time when I had been to Toronto, what Airbnb studio apartment I had booked. So you can go and check that. But before that, what you are doing, acceptance criteria that user is able to successfully log into the Airbnb website as a registered user. Yes.
Yes.
So these all things will also may consider into acceptance criteria. What to achieve something, if you have passed something, say for example, if you are coming on Sunday after your weekend shopping and you have groceries in your hand and your door is closed of your home, what you need to do is that you have to take out water bottle from fridge, a chilled water bottle, because it's summer and you want to sip it in your couch, sitting in the couch, and your fridge is there in kitchen. Okay, and you have come out. what you will do, what will be the acceptance criteria from you taking the bottle out and sipping the glass of water? So it means that you will open the door. So acceptance criteria is that the door has been opened, grocery kept outside has been picked. Again, if electricity was not there, it has been lit. That will light out the entire house. And then you have also grabbed the glass, and you have put down the grocery that you were carrying in the kitchen itself, somewhere on the platform or wherever it is possible. And you made sure that you have opened the door of the fridge, and then you took out the water bottle, and you closed the refrigerator door. And then you are holding both bottle and glass in both the hands, coming to the couch, sitting in, and then opening the cap of the bottle and pouring the water in the glass, and then holding the bottle still in hand or keeping it aside, you start sipping the water from the glass. Okay, now once you are done sipping, you close it with the cap. Bottle will be closed with the cap. Glass can be kept aside, assumption there is a stool or there is a table in front of you or beside you. And then you walk down taking the bottle. If you want to feel like refilling it, you will refill it, and open the refrigerator door, and you will keep the bottle, close the door back of the refrigerator, and continue in your daily activity. Okay, so whatever I said just before taking out the water bottle, okay, from the fridge, were the acceptance criteria, because ultimately you have gone through all the steps that is required for this particular action of sipping of the water from the chilled water bottle has to be made possible. With me so far, are you understanding everything?
Yes,
Every single step before executing the core function. Yeah.
yes, Gaurav, I have one more question here.
Yeah, go
Like
ahead.
the previous one, you was telling that 6 words like two, 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 right? As I want, and so in that one, that example, there was a manager and an assistant manager. We had
Mm-hmm.
different stories, like two stories. But
Mm-hmm.
in this new example, like we have both same, right? We have as a flyer, frequent flyer, both is same,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
still we have to write two user story.
Yes, that's what I said. If purpose is changing, even if your actor and action will remain same, anything changes over here, it will produce a new user story.
Okay.
Okay, so here see your actor, action, and impact. You, if you have written for one actor, common action and common impact, for new
Okay.
actor there will be news story, even the action is common, impact is common. Now if only one actor is there and your action differs, okay, for the same actor you will produce one more new user story, because action is differing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Got
A-
it.
and same thing will go if the impact will differ.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
so every single time either of these three changes, your
Mhm.
it will produce to the news user story. Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Why news user story? Because it will have the multiple acceptance criteria mapped with the test cases, making sure nothing is missing. Okay, everything has been taken care. Are you understanding?
Yeah. So
Against,
everything is will be matched with all the given.
right,
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
everything will be matched with the test cases and acceptance criteria.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. So now we are going more deeper over here. See, here is one possible. Now I said that everything. See, here is a distance. It says that user story example. As a registered frequent flyer of Fly Agile Airlines, I want to book my ticket through Fly Agile Airlines portal so that I can give my miles. So it is clear instruction given. One example is given. This is just common example. Here there are multiple acceptance criteria that should user should so the system should authenticate the user, consider the functionality already exists, should be able to do the flight search, should be able to do flight selection, should be able to do passenger details, should be able to make payment, should be able to confirm payment, should be able to add miles to passenger profile. So these all can happen in the acceptance criteria, in the comment, in the card, the conversation will look like this, that as a registered frequent flyer of Fly Agile Airlines, I want to book my tickets so that I can gain miles. Now, here, very, very close attention, everyone. Okay, very, very important. You need to understand here through this table, okay, through this table, using this table. Let me redraw this, okay, through this table, okay. You need to understand the distance is separate. There are how many distances given?
3.
3 distances, okay. And there are classes, okay. So every distance has how many classes?
2 classes.
2 classes, okay. So now every class has the membership type. How many membership types are there?
3.
3.
3. And these 3 membership type in every single classes are covering 50% kilometer count. How many count?
50% kilometer count.
So in one class, in one membership, it is covering 50% for one class, 75% for another, and 100% for third type of third type of membership. For the second class, which is the business class, again it is covering the 75% kilometer count for bronze. For first membership, for second membership, it is covering 125%, and for gold, it is covering 200. Now it is continue to change with the range of the distance gets changed. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, with every distance, with every class, the kilometer count percentage is changing. Yeah, can you see that?
Yes.
Everywhere. Now I have to ask, if you apply these 3 distances for every classes, for all these 3 membership type, how many minimum user story you think you can create? 3 distance, 2 classes, and 3 membership type. How many minimum user story you think you can create?
For each 8. The first one is 8, like all 2 will create, right? So for that 8, for the distance, class 2, bronze 2, silver 2, and gold 2. So the next one, like 8.
Tell me total for every single distance, for every single class, for every membership type, how many minimum you think you can create the user story, the number of user story you should be writing? 3 distance? 22? Okay, you can write 22, but I'm asking for the minimum.
18.
Yes, absolutely right. It's going to be minimum 18, 3 into 2 into 3. Okay. So 3 distances will be covered by 2 different classes for 3 different membership type. Now, if you have understood, what I'm going to do is this. I want someone of you to take the screenshot of this. Can someone take the screenshot of it? Please take it and drop into the WhatsApp group. And this is going to be your set assignment where you need to write the user stories, minimum 18 user stories, and you can write in the Excel, you can write into Word, you can write into Notepad, you however you want to write it, and even if you want to type into the this Excel sheet, you can do that, and you can drop that Excel sheet into the WhatsApp group. If you want to make it handwritten, make it handwritten, and make sure that it is readable. Take the screenshot of it, that it, and after screenshot has to be readable, drop into the WhatsApp group. But I would prefer you either you maintain into Notepad or Excel sheet, make it more readable, and or into Microsoft Word, make it more readable, and drop it into WhatsApp group. It is clear, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
So how will you write it? How will you write it? I want someone to give it a shot. I want you to attempt one. Can someone ready? Is there anyone who is ready to attempt it? And when you are attempting, it is not necessary you have to be right. I want errored attempt to be done by anyone.
We need
See,
to
if
do
you
all three
no,
as
only one for demonstration purpose. Who is willing to go ahead? See, you don't have to be right over here. Okay. So you guys, if you need to learn something, you need to become shameless. You need to forget that someone is looking at you. Just believe that you are here with your teacher. You are here with your tutor. That's it. Okay. And then only you can learn.
Eh,
If you will,
Yeah,
yeah,
I can try.
go ahead.
As a register frequent flyer,
Mm-hmm.
I travel for a distance of 100 kilometers in an economic class with 50 percentage kilometer discount.
Okay. Can we give a round of applause to Geeta for attempting it? Thank you so much, Geeta. You tried 80% towards that. What was missing? The membership type.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay. Anyone else who wants to try? Okay. Because there is a silence, I am going to give you a quick demo over here. As a bronze member of Fly Agile Airlines, I want to travel in economic class up to 1,000 kilometers so that 50% kilometer count can be calculated. Done?
Yes.
Yeah. And likewise, you are going to do for silver, gold, and every single thing. Got it? Will you be able to do that? Kajal, Jubran, Geeta?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Yeah? Kajal, do you think you will do as well as a
yes.
homework? Okay. So I will be looking forward. And those who has not attended today and are listening to into the recording, please make sure you make it possible. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm going to take a pause and quickly would like to hear one word from you after today's learning. What do you feel like saying? One word that you are carrying in your mind. So let's hear from Jubran. Jubran, what do you feel like saying?
Okay, I think the review was excellent. You know, we reviewed the topics that were discussed before.
Okay. So something you discussed before and you find it excellent, right?
Mhm.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, Jubran. Let's hear from Geeta. Geeta, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, I learned today the testing life cycle and how to write a user criteria.
Okay, okay, fine. You learn different type of testing phases. It's still not a testing life cycle, is something different. Okay, we will be telling about it. Okay, thank you so much for being honest and sharing that. So let's hear from Kajal now. Thank you, Geeta. So Kajal, what do you feel like saying? What comes in your mind now after today's learning?
I feel fear for new study, but today, today you say become seamless for
Yeah.
why. Um,
So
um,
still you are carrying some word in your mind today?
no, I am inspiring from you to learn new study.
Okay, okay. You are aspiring to do more new study, and okay. So you understood that to learn something you have to be shameless. Thank you so much for being honest, Kajal. Appreciate that. Okay, and taking courage to speak about it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Dave, do you want to add something? You want to say something? I know
Uh,
you are repeating.
yeah, no, it's refreshing. All I wanted to ask you is this dependency part. Uh, can it be in a PB as well? Or
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah, it can
it's
be there in the PBI as well. Dependency you can identify, and based on that, you can prioritize to take it into the sprint
yeah.
planning.
We in our previous session we didn't go in detail in dependency, but I have
No.
seen this terminology at other a lot of places. So that's why I asked.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about this part, but I think I'll dig deeper and probably find
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So when you identify dependence, when you do the prioritization, dependency has to be considered.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Backlog.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much, Dave, for asking this. So thank you everyone for staying till the end, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye. Good night. Good night to you all.